Look at these crashing waves. I did not paint the foam with white paint. I painted around it. If we paint the storm and the sea, then our waves suddenly will appear. So let's start painting them. We're gonna wet the sky in the areas, like obviously around the lighthouse with the shine. Where I left the shine, I got some dry spots right here. But I'm leaving all this area around here dry. I already went with very close around my lighthouse because I don't want the colors to go there. Then this is ready to start. For the mixes, we're gonna have a storm coming like in this direction. So I mix phthalo blue with indigo. Then we're gonna start switching to, these two are gonna mix. But around here I have phthalo with a little bit of magenta, more darker indigo. The storm is coming in this direction. Let's make it dramatic. And then maybe we can put some over here. I've noticed I'm just dropping the colors right now, but what I'm getting ready to do is and spreading, as you can see, wherever the water is. Okay, so I'm moving my board, my drawing. I'm bringing more color wherever I got the dry paper. That's where my paint is not going. And yes, right now we are having, actually a little bit lighter here too. Right now I'm having a little bit of a hard edge, but I'm gonna show you in a minute. First, we need to take care of the colors blending around here. Let me introduce a little bit of gray because these colors are too bright for a stormy day. So I put burnt sienna with my phthalo blue. All right, let's just do a little bit more. Bring a little of the indigo again while it's tilted, so they will go. If we got some there, we're gonna have to have a little bit here as well. And I'm trying to go in this direction to make it even more dramatic, okay? So that's working good. This part over here will be a little bit lighter. What we're doing right now is called negative painting. I'm painting the sky, but by painting the sky, at the same time, I'm kind of painting around the waves, and the waves are appearing. And that's what we want. Bringing a brush that's completely clean, and I'm removing some of that water. And I'm gonna go ahead and start removing some of these hard edges. So move this. I'm getting another one here, so take it off. And if you feel like the water is gonna continue to go, it's perfectly okay to go with a little bit of paper and then stop it right there. All right, let's see. Let's go over here. I actually kind of like that a lot, but all we had to do then is like tip of my brush, round, 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 lightly tapping. That's just what I'm doing, only other than the hard edge. And now it became, if you can see it, it became nice and soft and fuzzy, which is what's happening here. I'm not paying attention to this. Maybe it's a little bit of a blossom. So I still have a lot of humidity there, a lot of shine. So we can bring a little bit of that. And there you go. I think we stop it on time. You just have to keep looking everywhere. Okay, that's good. Now we keep moving. The tip, very dry. Tip of our brush. Soften, soften, soften. Soften all of this out. And then it's okay if a little bit of that color very lightly comes in. That makes it more natural. All right, I come around here because in case I have a little bit of wetness, I don't want to push it all out. So I start moving in like a circular motion, and then I reach this, bring a little, not much, a little bit of that color. And if you feel like you're getting, which I feel it, remove it, and then keep going. My only aim here is to soften this edge, and if I get a little bit of that white, it seems like the foam of the waves will have. Some will be lighter and some will be more on top. So then every time I pick some color, I remove it. After you move it, it's okay for you to go with your paper and stop. Otherwise, sometimes you can get secondary hard edges. Do the same thing here that I did before, and the other side. Look, I did not paint the foam. I paint the air and the storm around it, yet we got a lot of foam. We will continue to do more with this as we do the sea, but first we need to take care of our lighthouse. Our lighthouse is going to be the place that has a lot of detail, so we're going to go ahead and start with that. With French ultramarine and burnt sienna, but I put it more onto the brown, so it is more brownish, meaning I added more burnt sienna than I added French ultramarine. That only has a little bit of dampness, and then I push this around here, and voila, we have roundness. Or watercolor dries really light, so I need to have a little bit more dark right here, so that it will dry on the right over place. Here, burnt sienna and burnt umber, and now I'm bringing a little of my neutral tint. This color is fairly thick. It's not creamy, but it has more paint than water. So there it will stay here, and I lift a little bit. Just a little highlighter there. I'm gonna wet this half side of the lighthouse that I use for this stuff, but I'm gonna bring a bunch of water to it, meaning I'm gonna dilute it. So then I put some of that around here, and I'm gonna bring it. I had to be careful that it still is wet. We will put a shadow and a few details once this dries a little bit. I'm gonna start warming this up. It's kind of like a yellow, but it's not a bright one. But we can have a little. Now I wet. Now I want this part to be more bright, so I wet on the other direction. And yeah, I got like a little blossom, but it doesn't matter, because this is all wet, so I'm still wetting here. I can go back with my color. Let's just put some over here. Let's just warming it up, maybe a hint of red, very tiny, to my browns. This is looking good. This is dry enough. Let's move back to finish this dome. Indian Yellow by Sminky. I'm gonna put it right here. And yeah, this is where most of the details. Bringing it all the way to the bottom. As you can see, I am going a little bit lighter. Can go a little bit darker here. And some areas. The red you have, I think this is pearl red. Just put a little to warm it up. A little bit here or there. Now this is still wet, but I don't have it floating with water, so you can help it a little bit, which I feel like it needs to. Fairly thick. This is turquoise from Winsor & Newton. And I'm just trying to add a little bit of color here and there, otherwise our painting is going to be very blue. Oops, there's something here. This feels like maybe the light of the lighthouse is turned on. So it adds to give us a little bit of the punch of tiny little bit of color, but it also has a reason for it to be there. Now, these tiny windows usually are darker in the top, so I went with more paint, and now just with water, I bring it down here. Okay, gets it a little bit lighter, and if we did that over there, we can do it. We should do it over here as well. Keep in mind, this is a round area, so these little windows are not like a flat square. They look like it's just a straight because we're going with details, but we're not going overly detailed. So perfect timing to put a darker area, the shadow that we mentioned here, now that this is dry. And those coming down, nothing major. I'm not trying, maybe some eye will go in one direction or the other. And this is all, I'm going to put it like it's all a big shadow. Not spending a whole lot of time with it. Same colors that we were using there, but diluted. And then it will go a little bit here too. So, water. Well, let's just do the same thing and put a little shadow underneath here. The waves are crashing because the lighthouse is not standing on nothing. They usually are rocks and other things. So we're gonna allow a little bit of this to show whatever it is in this area, and then we will work on our back waves. So since I have the color, all this to tell you because I have this color here. So now is a good time. I think that I lost my wetness here, but let's just re-wet. Let's just put a few darks here or there. What is it? Rocks. I mean, like I said, yeah, we put in a few details, but we're keeping this very loose. And then we go here. Maybe these are steps taken over there, but I feel like we need a dark color somewhere. I mean, a little bit of dark somewhere around here. Okay. We will revise if needed. Now, water, water, water. Here as well. A little, and then blend it out. I'll pretend there is another one going around here. So I put it, go with water, and then I'm gonna lift almost all of it. I wanna have just like a light impression. Let's just do the same thing here. And these things are helping our lighthouse to look more round. A little bit of darkness here because otherwise my window looks really flat. So like a little triangle there, anything. But these are the ones that give us realism. Look, looks better. This is looking really good. Now we're gonna go ahead and start making all the waves, the ocean, like the waves are coming here and crashing. So we have direction and direction. But before I do that, I go with my kneaded eraser, and then I just go like this and remove most of it. So what I want is a hint line, and I'm showing you this because in case if you want to get from my Patreon the drawing, I will put the drawing especially for this, but also for this, and I want you to know that you have to then erase it and then take the light. All right, that's how it's gonna work. I'm gonna wet around here. I have some of my very, very thin pencil lines, and then wet till around where the pencil line is. Phthalo blue with indigo. Now keep in mind, these colors are very staining, okay? Meaning, once you put it, it's gonna be a little bit hard. I should wet here too, to lift them. Okay, so I go from lighter, like you see over here, and then in some areas I'm gonna bring some more darker. I'm gonna do the dry brush. I get some paper, I get my brush, I take a little bit, like in this part, a little bit of that color out. And then I'm gonna go around here, and see, it's not a whole lot, so it takes a few going back and forth for the paint that is left to release. But we get those white things, that's what we want. All right, so let's just do a little darker color, the one that has, from the sky, but the one that has a little bit more indigo. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of dark here. That dark is gonna show us that the wave is lifting, it's going higher. Don't need to put a whole lot, just a little bit there. If we have it there, we can put a little, so it's not only in one place. Tap, 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 with water. I want this to be completely dry, so, I mean white, so I come with water, but very, very, very diluted. Tap, 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 voila. So we kill some of that water, white. That's all we want. So come over here, darker, then I'm gonna bring it up. And okay, I forgot to pre-wet around here, so I go right away because like I said, these are staining colors and it's not gonna allow me too much time. So now down, some of the darks are gonna be coming here. And now I'm gonna spread this color so it's lighter, and we're gonna bring the turquoise that we use for that, we're gonna bring it here. Okay, continue with this. And now I just go with water, and then I'll bring it like if it is gonna go into this direction. Indigo, we're gonna put some indigo just like we did there, a little bit of darker, However, remember we mentioned many times the watercolor does dry a lot lighter. It used to be very dark, kind of like this, and then you see how now that it's drying, how light it got. So keep that in mind. We may have to go see how it goes and put another go. I don't know. We'll see. All right, but this is lifting. Touch here. Since everything is moving up, let's go once again. Since this one dries so pale. All right, now I'm bringing light colors to the side. I'm almost losing my turquoise, don't I? Let's bring some more while it still is wet. We don't want to have a hard edge, so I'm gonna wet all the way actually till the top of here. We start with the turquoise here. Okay, and then maybe here as well. Oops, that may be a little too thick. Kind of diluting my blue, my turquoise. I'm gonna bring blue. Drop some around, and then let's just make it going higher. Okay, now I go with only water. Okay, and then water here too. So I think that now we're gonna bring our turquoise back here. Let's just have this part over here a little bit warmer. And then I'm gonna start going like this, till it matches this part. Blues. I need to bring the same blues. Everything cannot be turquoise. Blue, blue. Now I re-wet. I help them blend. So come a little. Oops, that's pretty dark. Let's bring some turquoise back next to it before I blend. Some over here and some like if they're coming this way to help it move. Okay, brush only, and then I'm going to bring some of this closer to our lighthouse. I don't want to bring all the water, so go in the opposite direction. Now this is dry, so now we are ready to put the final touch. RC is dry. Look how much movement we got. We got it ready now. It's in the perfect point so that I can put the, I actually had to crash it here. This is kind of floating, this is kind of floating. So a few shadows, a few details, and our painting will be ready. I'm gonna give a quick credit. This lighthouse mood was inspired by Blanca Álvarez Watercolors. She paints beautiful lighthouse. And today I'm doing my own version using negative painting. She does a completely different technique. She works wet on wet all the way till the end. But yeah, let's go ahead and start with our shadows and the foam, and also as the crash into the lighthouse. Like a little bit of a gray with a hint of blue, very pale. Now we're gonna start bringing some of this wave, it will be, let's just start with water right away, actually, wet around. And then we're going to bring some of those. There is the white, but it will have a few shadows here and there. All right, so we're going to bring it all the way close till the lighthouse. And then put it around here. So it makes this pop, number one, the wave that is behind. So I'll bring in the color all the way inside. Not inside here, but inside a little bit of the brown. So it'd be shadowed over here, and then I open into, because this will continue to have some rocks underneath, so it's already crashing down. Some color, bring it into the wave here. So we try to stay away from being having a full line here too. It seems like it's here, and then it goes there before it makes the foam. See that? Nice. I'm making this up a little bit as I go, but keep in mind that there's an structure here, so the wave will be crashing into something kind of solid there. So tap it, bring a little bit of browns. There's a little bit more on the red side, so put a little bit of that here and there, and then put a little bit here. I want to put it kind of like it's coming darker from there, very little though. And then tap it right away, and then tap it around here. I'll do a big dark one here, exactly where I had it, but now I'm gonna tap to make it more like a foam of the water. Go here as well. Let's just bring it as the ocean that is coming over here. And then let's just have it over here too. Again, I don't try to, I want this white. I want to do the whole thing, so just a few little lines. Too much water on my brush, so here and there. Again, doesn't have to be all in the bottom. I can go just a few in the top. Let's get some more of the black. And then get it just a little bit longer, a little line. Again, it doesn't have to cross the whole thing, just lightly. And then they usually have something here. Don't ask me what it is. I'm not that familiar with the sea. Actually, I was from close to the mountains, so go like this, and then something that comes up and down. Is there an antenna? Is it a place for the guard to come out? I don't know. Maybe. Somebody knows, let me know in the comments. And then let's just put, like, if it is a cliff, let's just put like a little bit of maybe something like that here as well. Like maybe, I don't know. Look at how between the rocks. Don't want to overdo it because, again, this painting is, let me show you. This painting is not about the detail. The storm is coming, the waves are crashing, but yet a beautiful, beautiful painting. So I think that I will call this a very successful one. We accomplished what we set up to do. And as I said, a very stormy type of painting, which we allowed to happen just by saving the weight of our paper. We didn't have to put any white paint or use any masking fluid or none of that stuff. That's a very fun way to do dramatic paintings like this. The drawing and the reference pictures are in my Patreon. I will leave the link below. It's a wonderful way to support the channel. I hope that you learned something out of this video. I thank you for being here, and I will see you in my next one.